Yeah.
Not two flags, but one flag.
Right.
And we like to always give these brothers their props while they're living, because they've been doing this work for a long time. We also like to thank TBM, Brother Lincoln Tyson, for the money that he donated, because it takes a lot of money to do this. Thousands. And we was able to raise thousands within 6 weeks to put this on. So I like to always, before I say what I need to say, acknowledge all the people that helped make this possible. You wasn't here earlier, but our House of Representative, Dr. Oye, was here. And he was talking about the expungement, what I'm gonna get into, because part of the killing in the city is these brothers and sisters are convicted felons. And because they are convicted felons, they're not able to get a job. But if the first law of nature is self-preservation, what are you asking them to do? So all of this got to be addressed. This is why I don't really, and we don't really care about nobody's politics. Because it's going to take the community to pull resources back. You got all of these developers that's going to have to give off a little something. So we can't say that there's not no money.
Every time we play those drums, we calling on our ancestors. Yeah. And when our ancestors came here and they started using the drums to organize and escape, they started cutting their hands off. Right? So it's no mystery that every time we win in history, whether it's during the civil rights movement, when the youngest were organized with the music, whether it was in Africa, when the music was used to organize for wars, to organize to celebrate life, death, and everything, to now, about peace. We are here for peace, y'all, but we gotta teach our youngins. And I always tell people, the reason why a lot of us fell out of life because we don't know the rules to the game. I'll give you an example. I came home from prison in 1995. Before then, I came home 3 previous times and kept doing the same thing. But the last time I came home to cease fire, don't smoke the brothers and sisters. Yeah. And I learned how to use my talent the right way. And that's what most of these young people are missing. They got a lot of talent, but we made it cool to be a fool out here. And we took away all the positive platforms for our children to get attention doing the right things. So it's up to us to bring back what they missing. I'll give you an example. Most of y'all don't remember when the control board came here. And when the control board came to Washington, D.C., the first thing they took from us was our music out of the schools. And they took the trades out of the schools. And the trades went out to schools for the next 30 years. Before that, when young people left DC public schools, they were guaranteed a trade, a job, right? Entrepreneurship like Time Madness at the Madness Shop, the first people in America to start urban streetwear, right? Or they went to college, got a job in the government. They took all that away, y'all. So our children stop being children. If somebody don't got them, they gonna find a way. And sometimes the way they find ain't the right way. So what I wanna say is, we can complain all we want, but we as adults gotta straighten our stuff out.
It is part of our responsibility because we still have young people that still are mixed in beefs that we used to have 30 years ago. And what the young people don't know and don't realize that on these compounds and these federal systems, even though we was out in the street and we was trying to take each other's lives, but in those systems we are comrades, we are holding each other down, we are making sure that each and every one of us are protected. But so that means that it is your responsibility as you come home to let these young people know that still engaged in some of them old beefs, that those beefs have been squashed. that on these compounds that they are no longer this neighborhood and that neighborhood are going at each other. That we have come together and squashed those beefs that we had in these streets. So it's your responsibility, my responsibility, all of our responsibility to grab our young people by their hand and let them know that they don't want to end up in one of those institutions. Because they ain't giving out lower numbers no more. They giving out all these football numbers, sending out kids all across this country, and mothers are getting tired, and I know some of you fathers are being broken by having to bury your young people. So I beg of you, take on the responsibility from this day forward. Any young people that you see in your neighborhood, and I ain't asking you to push up on them aggressively, I'm asking you just to acknowledge them in the beginning. And you acknowledge them by speaking to them, just saying, what's up, shorty? Most of the time, they're not even going to respond. But if you keep on speaking to them, they'll give you a head nod, and then they'll give you some words, and then eventually, you'll be able to have a conversation with them. But I'm begging of you, it is our responsibility.
It's love.
Yeah.
You know that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
This is real love. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that we always have access to, but we got to cherish these moments, and we have to make more of them. All of us. All of us. And when we do that, our young people benefit so much, you know? And I know y'all know that's real. My mom is a country girl from Virginia, and when she opened Ben's with my dad in 1958, her vision back then, when I used to go down the country in Virginia and visit my grandparents, the doors were never locked. We didn't know anything about keys and doors. We didn't think about that, right? The doors were wide open, and so anyone there, my grandfather was a farmer, anyone around, farm worker, mailman, bus driver, anyone around, when they came and knocked on the door, we see them in the yard, Grandma would say, hey, why don't y'all come inside and have some food with us? That's how the family was always, and that's how my mom raised us to be in DC. So when they opened Ben's Chili Bowl, they didn't think about opening.
Cuss you out. We gotta